Alright boys, welcome back to the channel. Different type of video today. I just want to show you how I put my coaches together. Now, I don't really dive into training a great deal, could be totally honest. I do keep things very basic. I try and get a decent assistant manager in to do it, and I just keep my eye on it. I do a lot of individual training, but what I do is I set up my coaching regime, the coaching responsibilities, what sessions they run. I bring in coaches. And yeah, I'm going to show you how I do that. Let me know in the comments down below if it's any use to you. It's pretty basic, it's pretty simple, but maybe overlooked, especially with new beginners. So if you're new to the game or haven't really delved much into the coaching, I'll show you how I do it. Right, number one, before we get into it, make sure you put yourself as a pro licensed coach. All right, I see loads of people saying, well, I'm not a pro licensed coach in real life, so I'm going to start with no coaching badges, etc, etc. If you don't have any coaching badges, you're not going to basically get a job in football in real life anyway. So a license is pretty much, or whatever they call it, Continental B license or A license in the game is pretty much bog standard what you should be at. So, you know, if I'm going to show you my Fiorentina team, I've put myself as Roberto Baggio and I've given myself a pro license. So my coaching attributes are very, very good. I've put them in attacking as well, so then I can be useful on the training pitch. That is one way to get your coaches, to get your training sessions at a better quality. All right, let's dive into it. Make sure you like today's video for me. Subscribe if you are new. This is part of my Fiorentina live stream series, which is happening every Saturday night. I've just started it, but I just thought I would show you how I've set up the coaching staff. Right, as you can see, I've made a fair few changes. Obviously, Prandelli was the manager already got, but then I've sacked a coach, a fitness coach who had a fitness of 12. Tafani, who was fitness of 15. If you know, I'm Fiorentina, we should be looking at sort of like 18s, 90s, and 20s for that. And Kalilo was my assistant manager, who didn't do a great deal coaching wise. So I made some changes there. Now, obviously, if you're a smaller club, you can't necessarily make changes because of finances. They've cost me the best part of £1 million to get rid. If you can afford it, no matter what level you are, and have a look around. Amongst the coaches that are interested in joining you, can you upgrade? If you can, get them in. It will improve, obviously, the quality of coaching going on, quality of training sessions, etc. So I've made a lot of changes. One other thing you can do as well is start the save as early as you can. We've not kicked a league ball yet. We're kicking off our league campaign at the weekend, so around the 20th of September. I got all of these in pretty much. Well, all my first team staff in were in by the start of August. They've already had sort of like 6 weeks working pre-season. They've had plenty of time to get in and coach. So that's the second thing I'll do. Number one, give yourself the opportunity to be a good coach. Get yourself as a pro license. Number two, make changes, but if you are going to do them, make them early. Right, this is the main part that I want to show you. So over in training, obviously, I'm doing the training responsibilities at the moment because I didn't have an assistant manager to start with. I will be probably putting that over to my best coach or my assistant manager, whichever one's probably the best. But what I do to start with is this screen. This screen in particular is very important. What I'm wanting to do is you click in here, edit coaching assignments. Now, this is everything, all the coaches that are a part of the first team. Now, if you're managing in England, under 23s will also count. Under 23 players count as being coached by the first team. Your under 23 coaches will also count. So make sure that if you've got a big under 23 squad, that you have plenty of coaches. And I would also suggest if you're in England, have a look in your under 23s. If there's any players that have got no way of getting into your first team squad, so these players around, too old for the 19s or early 20s, and they're still nowhere near good enough, get rid of them. Get them out. And this is my way of doing it. I've not really researched it if it's like the go-to way. I don't want to get too technical with it. Some sort of like tutorials that have come out have been a little bit, especially for new starters, just completely too far in depth and not necessarily needed. I think if you get the basics done well in training, set them up properly, you're good to go and you can focus on other things. So this is what I do. So I'm going to start from scratch, remove all. Now, we'll do the fitness ones and the goalkeepers first. So I've only got one goalkeeping coach. Now, what you want to make sure is if you have 5 goalkeepers, you're going to need, in your first team, you're going to need more than one coach. So I always make sure that I just have 2 goalkeepers in there. Generally, you don't need any more than 2 anyway. If you have 3 coaches in, his workload is going to get more. And obviously, the quality of the session is not going to be as good. So try and have no more than 2 goalkeepers in your first team squad. Then that will mean that you'll only need 1 goalkeeping coach. But once again, make sure Rosalind is pretty good, 15, 15, 15. One of the coaches that was already at the club. 3-star. It's not absolutely amazing, but to start with, first season, he was already at the club. Nothing wrong with that. As you can see, each coach has a black area. Can you see a rectangle? These basically mean that's their best coaching category. Now, you're not going to get it right. I've signed a few coaches that kind of do the same one, but it doesn't mean that they can't do anything else. So, Cairo Ferreira is my assistant manager. Defensive 16, we've got Baldini who's defensive, but also technicals and mentals is pretty good. So we're going to go, Cairo Ferreira, my assistant manager, is going to do that. We're then going to look at one of these defenders. So obviously, if you look what they need to be good at, if you're ever unsure of defending technical, if you just go into the coach, down here, press defending, technical, and it'll come up with the attributes. So defending wise, obviously, defended and technical. So his is 12, Bazagli's is 8, Cordoba's is 10, Dominic is 2. He's a bit of an all-rounder. So we're going to go Baldini in there. 2 coaches, as you can see, very heavy and heavy. We're going to sort that out in a minute, don't worry. Attacking wise will be me. I would have thought attacking. Let's go attacking technical 5-star because I have put myself as a pro license, but it's a way around it. Remember, I'm managing Fiorentina. You should be able to run a session at 5-star if you're coaching in the top flight. Obviously, your training facilities and stuff fit around this as well. So obviously, lower league levels is going to be even harder. So it's important to try and maximise as best you can using your coaches. If you can get extra training facilities in, you need to get them upgraded. I'll do my fitness coaches. I've got 2 fitness coaches in because remember, your fitness coaches are literally going to coach the whole squad. So we'll go Massimo Neri and one in there. As you can see, average. We'll sort that out in a minute. I think Damir Blocar, yeah, he was already at the club, only 14. Probably one that I'm going to move along at some point. But for now, for this season, we're going to keep him in. Right, so as you can see, I've set everyone to a coach now. As you can see, with 3.5 stars is kind of my minimum that I like to go to. But Azagli, he's only 3-star and he's very heavy because he's literally coaching all the sessions in possession and technical all by himself. So I do have room. If you go into your staff section, I do have room for one more coach. So I'm looking for somebody who can possession technical coach would be good. All right. So staff search, coach, obviously. So obviously possession technical, you're looking at, once again, if you're unsure, go down possession technical. You're looking at mentals and technicals. Obviously, all the mentals are important as well, but technicals, he would actually be very good at it. 19 technical, 19 mental. Never heard of him. Raul Jose, does he want to get involved as a coach? He maybe doesn't. No, he doesn't. But here's one. Look, mentals are okay. I've actually used him a fair bit before. 18 technicals, working with youngsters as well is quite good. Mentals 12, so we'll just get him in. 15 attacking as well, so that could be useful for us. He's going to be pretty cheap. Okay, right, so my coach is in. So if we head back into the coaching assignments, edit coach assignments, where is he? He should be at the bottom. There he is. He's now 4-star. Okay, so Barzagli is probably the worst coach that we've got. I literally got him in because he's an ex-pro defender. He's defending is very, very good. So we may even look at changing that. Is he any better? No, he's a 4-star. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to let Barzagli do defending tactical. And then my assistant manager, Cairo Ferreira, because assistant managers you would expect to be involved in everything. I'm going to put Cairo Ferreira. Now, this is where we get rid of, so imagine the workload needs to be lessened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Cairo Ferreira down in every single one, including fitness. Now, as you can see, his workload has gone down. He's literally 2.5 star for some, 2-star for a lot of them, and even 1.5 star for fitness. Now, how the quality of the session works is your top coach. So if you look at attacking, even though Cairo Ferreira is only 2-star. I am 5-star. So the quality of that session will be fantastic because of me. It's even better because the workload is average. If it was just me, look, it would be heavy. So you kind of need, I always call them balls, bibs and cones men. If you've got the opportunity to do it, obviously if you're at a lower league side and you've only got 3 or 4 coaches, it's not always possible. It's not always possible. What I always suggest as well, if you're like me and you like to manage with your heart, sometimes you see an ex-player that you absolutely love, but his coaching responsibilities and coaching attributes aren't very good. Get your other coaches in. If you've got room, have him as a cone, bibs and balls man. So as I said, I'm using Cairo Ferreira. I'm very lucky because I've put together a really good set of coaches, but Cairo Ferreira is literally just helping everybody out. Not so much doesn't need goalkeepers, helping everybody out in all the different areas. So I've maximised the lead coach rating for each session category and the workload is less. And that's it. It's pretty basic. I hope I've explained everything. If there's any other questions, let me know down in the comments. As I said, it's not a done. This is sort of like the first season of the Save. I will be looking at improving probably the goalkeeping coach. Maybe even as we go on, ask for more coaches. The bigger your club, keep asking for more coaches. If you can get 2 goalkeeping coaches in, then potentially you're going to have 2 good goalkeepers. So you could be looking at shot stopping and handling. You could be looking at 4 5-star goalkeeping sessions there, which would be tremendous. Same rules apply to B teams and your under 19s. If you want to go through that and do that, you can do. As I said, if you're in England, just beware that your under 23s count. So make sure maximise the amount of coaches as you can in the under 23s. You can kind of really work around it and make sure you've got a massive coaching base, and then get rid of those players in the under 23s. If there's 30 odd players in there, which you sometimes get rid of a lot of them, send them out on loan as well. So if you don't want to get rid of them permanently, send them out on loan so then they're not hoarding up the workload on your coaches. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like today's video. I'm going to try and do some basic tutorials for you. If there's any other tutorials you would like to see, let me know down in the comments. This is a part of the game that I enjoy. I really enjoy putting a backroom staff together. All right, guys, take care. See you later.